Hi everybody. Hi everybody. This is Ed Puzzle number 37, and this is a test review. Your test review is going to be Ed Puzzle number 38. So make sure once you do the review, after the review, you do the test. All right. So what we're going to do in this one is we're going to do the quadratic formula, and I'm going to get my pencil, pen, and I'm going to write it out. So we start with negative b plus or minus the square root of parentheses b squared minus 4 times a times the c, all in parentheses, divided by 2 times a. So the first thing you need to know is you need to know the a, b, and c. So let's figure out what those a, b, and c are for this formula. And we're going to put it in our calculator. So the a is what's in front of the x squared I'm recording. And so for this one, it's the one that we circle. B is the one that we squiggly. C is the one without an X. So what we're going to do is the one that we squiggly is right here with the X. So in front of the X squared is a 3. So our A is 3. The B with the X is negative 15. And there's no number here that doesn't have X. So it's going to be a 0 for C. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use the formula and we're going to replace it. So I'm going to walk you through it. And you'll have to do this when you take your test. Kylie, I'm recording. So negative b means you change the sign of b. So our b is negative 15. So what if I change the sign, what would be my new b? It's negative, so I would change it to positive. Make sure you write this down. Okay, instead of putting, did I just write down b? I'm supposed to write 15. Okay, so then I put parentheses. You will have to put this in your calculator. Negative 15 squared minus the 4 times, what do I put here? I put the a, which is 3, times the c is 0. So when you take your test, you're going to have to do at least one question where you have to do this one. The other ones will be optional for you depending on what class you're in. Then you're going to do 2 times the a. The a is 3. Okay, so now we're going to put this in our calculator. And so you have to type it in exactly the way you see it. Now you can use Desmos Scientific for this part. Okay, so what we're going to do is first we're going to do the divide. Sorry to scare you. Only a little bit. Do the divide first. Do that first. Do the fraction. Then what you're going to put at the very top is the 15 plus, start with the plus first. Then do the square root, parentheses, negative 15, outside the parentheses goes the squared, minus parentheses 4 times the a, which was 3, times the b, which was 0, all divided by 2 times the a. The a was this. So pause this, put this in your calculator, please, in your Desmos. If you send me a picture of this on your Remind, I will give you extra credit. So put this in your Desmos. Take a picture of your computer screen like this, like I need to see the computer and I need to see your calculator, and you'll get extra credit. So what did you get for your answer? All right, that's what you should have gotten. Good job if you got it right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to copy this and we're going to paste it. We're going to change the plus to a minus. So I'm going to copy, paste it, change the plus to a minus. And so what did you get? Should have gotten 0. Good job if you got it correct. Now let's do some other examples of this. All right, so what I would like for you to do now is to try one by yourself. So for this one, I would like for you to tell me the a of this problem, x squared, and with the x and then no x. So tell me the a, please. I have one of them, so it should be 1. What is the b with the x? And then the c has no x. And so what we're going to do is use the formula. So first thing we do is when you see the b, when it says negative b, right down, that means you change the sign of b. It doesn't mean it's always negative. It means you change the sign. Okay. And you're going to put plus or minus square root of parentheses the b, whatever the b is, squared, minus 4 times the a times the c. Where's my marker? Close parentheses. All over 2 times the a. That's not a decimal, that's times. So this was from Ed Puzzle 30, 32 and 33. So make sure you are copying this down and make sure the part that I see a lot of people doing wrong is they're not putting it in their calculator. So let's now replace the letters for the numbers. So in place of negative b, what would I write? You should be writing a negative 3 because it was positive. We change it to negative. And then we put plus or minus square root of parentheses b squared. What do I put in place? What do I put in the parentheses? 3. Then you're going to write minus 4 times what? 4 times the a is 1, times what? What do I put here? The c is negative 40. All divided by 2 times the a, and the a is 1. All right, so what you need to do is put this in your calculator. If you put this in your calculator, you can take a picture of your computer screen. I will give you extra credit. So when we use the calculator, what should we put in the calculator first? What I recommend that you put in the calculator first is this fraction symbol right here, so that everything can already be in that correct fraction. So at the very top, I'm just copying, I'm just copying what I have on my paper on the calculator. Let it load. Okay, divide. So it was a negative 3 plus, start with the plus, and then I'm going to do square root, parentheses, negative 3. Is it negative 3? Oh, just positive 3. Now, does the squared go after the 3 or after the parentheses? It goes after the parentheses. And then what do you write? Minus, parentheses, 4. Is it a decimal that I write or a times? Times. Times what? Times the a times the c, which was negative 40, all divided by 2 times the a. The a was 1. Okay, what did you get? Good job if you got it right. Now, what do we do next? We did the plus. Now, what do we do next? We copy. Control C, Control V, paste it. What do I change? I change the plus to a minus, and then I get my new answer. Good job if you got it right. Now, I'm going to have you do some practice ones. So we did 2 for practice. You're going to do 1 essentially by yourself. I can, oh, it's right here. Okay, so now we're going to try to look at the factoring. So I want you to tell me the A, tell me the B, tell me the C. What is the A? What is the B? What is the C? Now you're going to use your formula. So for negative B, what do I write? Okay, then what goes in parentheses? Okay, what happens after the parentheses? Squared. After the square is a minus. Then the 4, and then what do I write in place of A? And then what do I write in place of B? C. So what you should have on your paper is, since the B was negative, we change it to positive, plus or minus, parentheses, the B goes inside, squared minus 4 times the A is 1 times the C, negative, all divided by 2 times the A. Okay, so we're going to put that in our calculator. Now, what did you get? So now you change what? Change the plus to a minus, copy, and put in your calculator. And what did you get? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to do the factoring. So we did some practice with the quadratic formula that you're going to see on your test. And now we're going to do the factoring. Where? Oh, right here. All right, so I want to know what the A is. X squared. With the X, no X. So what is the A? What is the B? What is the C? Okay, now I make my big X. What do I write at the top? The B, which is 13. Now, the factors, do they add to give you 13 or multiply to give you 13? Add. And now what goes at the bottom? 40. Now, do the factors multiply to give you 40 or add to give you 40? Multiply. Okay, so we make a list of factors for 40. Now, what I would like for you to do is make a list of factors. You're going to divide 40 by 1, and you get 40. I would like for you to put this list of factors now on decimals. Pause it. You can do it in your head. You can do it on the calculator. You can also do it on decimals. Now, when I type this into decimals, I'm going to put 40 because that's the C. What do I write 40 divided by what? Divided by X. So then I click on the circle, then you click on the table, and we make our table. So then I would write 220. So I want you to make this, and in just a minute, you're going to put it in on here on Edpuzzle. Okay, go ahead and make the list of factors. Now, let me ask you this. If I do 3, do I write 3 down? 3 and 13? No. So you finish the list, and I want to see it. Tell me the list. Okay, so what you should have typed in was 140, 220, 4 and 10, 5 and 8, 6 doesn't count, 7 doesn't count, 8 is already on here, 8 and 5. Okay, so there's my list of factors. Good job if you got that right. What do I do next? I add. So I'm going to be adding these on the list. Where's my marker? Okay, whatever. I don't have my marker, which I prefer. Oh, it's right here. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to add them. So 40 plus 41, 2 plus 20, 4 plus 10, 5 plus 8. So that's what my factors are, because my answer is supposed to be 13, because that's my B. So when I add these numbers, it equals 13. Now that's why those are my answers. So this is what you're going to write as your factors. Make sure you have the parentheses, the X, the plus if it's positive, minus if it's negative. All right, so now you're going to do an example. All right, and you're going to do the same thing. Tell me the A. Tell me the B. Tell me the C. Now, you're going to make your big X. Make your big X on your paper. Pause it. What goes at top? The B, which is 10. What goes at the bottom? The C, which is 16. Now, I'm going to make a list of factors for 10 or 16. 16. Those are the list that I'm going to ask you for in just a minute. So either do it on your calculator, divide 16 by 1, then divide by 2, 3, 4, and go down the list. You can also do this on Desmos. When you go to Desmos, you're going to type in 16 divided by what? Not by 1, not by 2. You're going to divide by X. That way your calculator is the one that's going to be dividing it by each time. So what I would like for you to do is you're about to make the list for 16. So it would be 1, 16, 2, and you're going to make that list right now onto Edpuzzle. Okay, so what you should have typed in was this, not the 3, because the 3 would have given you a decimal. That's what you should type in. That's what you should have typed in. Okay, what do I do with those numbers? I add the numbers. So 1 plus 16 is 2 plus 8. 4 plus 4. Now, which one of these are my factors? 1 and 16, 2 and 8, or 4 and 4? Remember, I'm adding these and it's supposed to equal what number am I supposed to get? The 10. So the one that gives me the 10 is 2 and 8. So I'm going to write it with parentheses. That's my correct answer. Good job. Now I'd like for you to do one over here. Tell me the A. Tell me the B. Tell me the C. Make a big X, pause it. What goes at the top? Pay attention because it's negative. What goes at the bottom? Positive. Now, do I make a list of factors for -6 or 9? -9 because it's the C. Now, you're going to put this into Desmos. Now, pay attention. This is -6, okay? So when I do this, I'm going to type in 9. And what do I divide it by? I've asked you twice already, so you should know by now. X. Click on the settings. Click on the table. Now, if I add these numbers, I'm going to get positive numbers. So what I'm going to do, look, if I add 3 plus 3, I get positive 6. What is my answer supposed to be? My answer is supposed to be this top number, negative 6. If I add 3 plus 3, I get positive 6, which is a hint to me to try negative 3. When I do negative 3, I'm going to get an answer that is negative 3 plus negative 3 is negative 6. And that's my B. So that's what my correct answer is. So for this one, okay, what I noticed a lot of people were doing wrong when they did the other puzzle was that for the quadratic formula, they just weren't putting in the calculator. For this one, you're not making a list of factors. So what I would like for you to do is please make a list of factors for 35. Now make a list of factors for 24. Pause it. Make a list of factors for 36. Okay, so remember this is Edpuzzle 37, and then you'll need to do Edpuzzle 38, which is your test next. You'll have 5 questions. Oh, Habibti, you're gonna kill me. You've